心も燃えるポニー 恥かいたって気にしない勘違いいいんじゃない主役気取りトライ光光夢のかけらがめちゃといくる予想してちゃいけないよ前を見つめてこうライバルなんかに惑わされるな一歩一歩進んでこう自分の道またスタートしたばかり Just wait でしょみんなのために鳴り響けファンファレ 星の海が広がる空、静寂だけが満ちていた。優しい夢くれる光、安らぐ時をくれた闇。この世界は美しいの見て。空が白に染まっていって、一つ一つ星が溶けた。ざわめき出し巡る世界、気づけば何も見えなくなった。強い光の中に深い影は生まれる。時に人は人の群れの中で孤独にいた。優しい人が笑ってた。どうしてそれなのに苦しいの。無理に笑うことはないよ。心のまま生きていいの。前を見て進む時、誰もみんな一人だ。決して流されることなく自分の速さで を高鳴らせて遠くの街からやってきたの今はとても未熟だけど私を戻してほしい芝生の上顔を上げれば無限に広がった予想できない明日ランランラン見つかったよ一番楽しいことさみんなで走ろう眩しいステージへファンファンファン高く空に響く歌に乗せて届けたいスペシャルな夢目指すはあなたの大本命
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tengu Cup here as we oh, what is this say? Okay, that is very weird actually. Yeah, welcome back to the Tengu Cup here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tsukasa. Hello.
Hello, sorry about that. Hello, folks. It is me, your co-host, Hakugyokurou.
And today we will be having our very first semi-finals here in this one. And it's gonna be quite exciting, isn't it?
It is. I'm very excited. This is the best of the best we have before the finals, so I'm excited.
Me too. Yes, we have a lot to discuss today. I think it's gonna be a very competitive, right? It's gonna be a very competitive Tengu Cup. And I think the semifinals we're gonna have it's gonna be a show of class. I think apologies chat. I'm like trying to fix this stuff while we're discussing this, but yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I think this semifinals has always been quite pretty one-sided, right? I think we haven't yet have a semifinals where it's been like really competitive, where it's like, oh, one guy is winning over the other, you know. But
yeah, it has been, historically there has been a few teams, that are just stronger than the rest. That steam way through.
But yeah, speaking of, let's get ahead and discuss actually first the standings, what we concluded with the round robin here, and as you can see here, guys, 3 people have been eliminated, and it's been a good one. Yeah, it's been standings. Were you surprised? I mean, you were an observer for most of for the other latter half of the round robin. Were you excited? I mean, not excited. Were you surprised by all the chaos that unfolded to get to this point?
I will say it was a little bit surprising with just how crazy close and competitive the matches were compared to the last few Tengu Cups, because this really felt like, even if there was an underdog, they could just swipe something away.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's been insane because I think the mile format has been a very big change, and we're really seeing the difference between how good people are training in medium Umas and how good people are training in mile Umas, and
certainly.
I think it goes to show when there is no centralized kind of meta, the unique strategies that people can pull up, it can work. Everyone has people from the bottom have beaten a lot of the teams from the top, and vice versa.
It has been so exciting, and definitely see with me, I am very much much better at my medium Umas, so just seeing the amount of strategies and incredible games that have been happening have been a treat.
Indeed. Let's get ourselves into the playoffs format here, the Hakugyokurou Arena. So, as it sounds, the format is based on the standings of the previous stage. The teams will be divided into 3 races. We played on a first to 3 format. So that means that as long as no team has finished third in their, in the round, I mean three wins. As long as no teams have finished 3 times as first in any in the rounds, there will be more races to go. So it's a maximum of 7, I believe, and a minimum of 3, if they sweep the stage. And teams that finish third in the semifinals will be eliminated in 7th to 9th place, while teams that finish second will play in a 4th to 6th place match tiebreaker. And teams that finish first, of course, will play in the grand finale, which will dictate who will achieve the champion status for this Tengu Cup. So very similar,
exciting.
Very similar format to last time, but the difference is, as some may have been keen-eyed, it's a first of 3 now instead of first to 2. Do you think that change could potentially give us more exciting races?
I think so, because it just gives more race opportunities for something crazy to happen, more shakeups to occur, and circumstances to go right for different teams.
Indeed. I mean, we've had some upsets in the semifinals, already in the past. However, but they were still, pretty sweeps. I mean, the first Tengu Cup, of course, only had, the 1 race, right, for all of the races. But this time, with our new formats, we're yet to see a game 3, a round 3 happen in the semifinals. So this time we will have one for sure, right? There's no way that we can't have one. But the question is now, can anyone else step up into the court and actually perform? Because history has shown that it has yet to happen. But of course, we only had one other cup that has this new format, so we'll see. With more opportunities, perhaps we'll see some differences.
And absolutely, and if there's any cup for this to happen, it is this one.
And this one, especially since we've had the Yasuda Kinen. That is the format we've been running for this Tengu Cup, and I mean, it has been kind of insane to see just how volatile this format is. And just it's just so insane. I don't know what to say. Like it is very impressive seeing all the teams be able to just kind of beat everyone, right? I mean, obviously there were some teams that unfortunately couldn't keep up with the rest, but for the ones at the middle, they have a really solid standing across the board. It's a very all the teams in the 4th to, well, besides Grammar, I believe, all the teams who qualified in the playoffs have a 3rd place with them, and of course everyone has a 1st place. But that's how close this matchup has been, and that's how. And I think
I will say that this feels like the most competitive middle of the pack teams have been.
Absolutely. So as we move on closer and closer into, but yeah, that's of course. But of course, we're gonna go ahead and discuss our semifinalists here. The first semifinals with HoriYon, Rammer, and Torrent. What can we say? I mean, these well, we will have a more in-depth discussion about them later on. But what can we say? Just a short words, a few words for the 3 semifinalist teams so far we've had here.
I will say, besides the HoriYon, the HoriYon being the star of the show, absolute domination over the games, I think the competition between the other 2 will be quite interesting. Even if not all of their Umas show up, they're going to be 1 star of each that will be competing.
Yeah, apologies for the graphic. It's supposed to say, I think the MVP of Rammer is the King Halo, or no, she is the Haru Urara, the MVP of Torrent's team, has been the actually surprisingly the Simwali Rudolph. I didn't expect that one, but
I certainly didn't either.
so yeah, so it's gonna be exciting. I think for HoriYon, definitely the tournament favorite. Are They're the number one seed
Yeah.
of the round robin. I mean, finished the round robin as the number one team, right? So a lot to prove. And Rammer and Torrent, of course, Rammer a champion of his own in the very first Tengu Cup, and of course for Torrent, has been struggling a lot. It's very inconsistent, but maybe that inconsistency can work in his favor if his Umamusume, show up in a big way today. Next up here, of course, he's yeah, here you go. The teams that got eliminated here. I guess we'll talk about them. Well, what do you think went wrong for these three teams?
Well, I can speak to myself more certainly. I just think my training was perhaps a bit lackluster, and my knowledge of more modern, mild races were just not high enough to compete, really. It's unfortunate, but live and learn. There's always a next time.
That's true. And also, I mean, just to talk about the other teams here, I think for Random Name, they were definitely just not really prepared for the level of competition that they were going to experience. They did have a pretty good resurgence coming into the latter, the two fourth and fifth rounds of the round robin, but it was just a bit too late, right? It was just a bit too late, and I think for most of the cup, they were just sort of like that team that was like a free win. It was a very harsh reality for this team, and they just couldn't really keep up. And for Roy Trigger, it was so close. It was so close there,
Absolutely.
But similar to Random
I
Name,
thought
it was just a really poor start to the cup, and they got their win, but against only the bottom three, right? It was just not enough. But they were so close to eliminating Blue out of the cup, though. I think if we had just a little bit more, they were out. They were gone. I mean, Troy was almost close there, but unfortunately, only one US team can make it through. And for the NA fans out there, right? It's a brutal sight to see. It's 3 US teams eliminated out of the cup in an instant.
I'm sorry, NA.
And with that out of the way, in the semifinals, we only have 2 remaining, right? And one of them is the Torrent here. Any words you want to share to the Torrent? I mean, the Torrent. Maybe.
Please save us. We need this.
So yeah,
our region is kind of homeless.
With that, let's go ahead and discuss the qualifier teams. Actually, it's kind of insane seeing how well the qualifier teams have done in this cup, hasn't it?
Absolutely, it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, of course, some of these guys were new players. Dardo and HoriYon, this is their first ever Tengu Cup. HoriYon, shot up like a rocket, with the going undefeated in the round robin. And for Dardo, a little shaky in the latter part, but was able to keep his spot in the playoffs, and now up against, I believe these 3, Valiona, Crazy Dave, and Dardo, will have a semi-final match against each other. So we will have some eliminations between these qualifier teams, guaranteed. But it's so insane. This is, I believe, probably the most fascinating semifinals we will ever have in at least so far. So far, this is gonna be very interesting. Just how low they started is the best term I can say. I can refer to it, and then how far they've gotten. Right, like the expectation of these teams were not that high. They were expected to be the ones to go down in that bottom 3, but look at them now. They are topping the bracket really, and looking to be quite strong challengers again.
The newcomers and the people at the bottom had something to prove, and some of the people at the top kind of got complacent.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and talk about the three teams in the semifinals here. And of course, let's go ahead and introduce our very first team here, Torrent.
Torrent! Save my region. We need this. But you know,
We will be.
Sorry.
The three-time veteran here of Taiki Shadows walking into the stage here with Torrent once again, together with Metro Palmer and Simbly Rudolph. And as mentioned earlier, it has been a really shaky road, hasn't it been, for Torrent?
It absolutely has been, and you can see here just right from the results, one of these team members is not quite pulling their weight.
Yeah, exactly. Major Palmer, the ace of this team. A lot of expectations coming into them, replacing Taiki Shuttle in that captain spot. But I mean, their performance has just been middling,
Yeah,
to say the least. Right, it has just been kind of poor. I mean, understandable. They are a runaway, but we've seen runaways have really strong performances in this cup. They have not been the bottom feeders. Is that a good
Yeah.
term, please? They have not been a
Yeah.
bottom standing Umamusume for quite a while. But for Metro Palmer, she has kind of just dissipated, only outplacing other silent Suzukas, right? And
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
been rather disappointing.
for this Torrent team, what kind of expectations do you have coming into this semifinals? What strengths, perhaps you can.
I think, even if the Taiki shuttle has been struggling a little bit, I think she still has a solid spot on this team and can prove like a good almost way to support and run onto the front. And of course, Simply Rudolph, who has the most solid results out of anybody, has the highest of expectations placed on her, and she has been doing pretty strong.
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah, Simply Rudolph has been the best performer of this cup so far for this team. I didn't expect it the most. Honestly, I expected Taiki Shuttle to be a high performer for this team, but she has been pretty solid, right? But that latter part really have been underperforming greatly. And for Simply Rudolph, it's really good that she has been able to step up, and now up against the higher competition here, HoriYon. It's a lot to handle, right? Let's go ahead and look at the matchups that Torrent has gone through in this cup. Has lost to HoriYon before, did get a 5th place best performance, I believe, with the Taiki Shuttle. And honestly, for Torrent, right, it has been a pretty respectful list of teams that they have beaten, but I will say it's the teams they've beaten. It's not exactly the most impressive list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beaten Veliona, who is of course in a similar ballpark into them in terms of the standings, right? But for your best achievements are beating Blue, Roy Trigger, and Random Name. It's not something where it gives you a lot of confidence. I will say.
Yeah, you can race, but you're not really putting up numbers against stronger opponents. It's a little dire.
Yeah, indeed. But for Torrent, I think it's not the end of the world. I definitely do think that they have a chance to have a solid performance, right? This team does have solid potential, but it's really up to the two pace chasers to bring their hopes alive coming into this one. And now, will that happen? The chances are pretty low. I definitely don't think they are favored to win, but I don't think it's
Certainly
impossible
not.
either. I think there's definitely hopes here. it's just all on their pace chasers. If they can keep up with the aces of the next two teams here, Torrent might have a chance, but I think their chance here in the semifinals, it's not that high.
It's not that high, but I'm cheering. Go, my fellow countrymen.
Of course, I think it's one other US team remaining, right? So yeah, next up, of course, will be our sixth seed of the cup here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, we will. The Tengu Cup March champions themselves here, Rammer, now taking into the stage here from the Philippines, and it has been a very interesting journey to say the least about this team. They have had a very, I mean, this is a unique team with the Haru Ura ace, and it's not like Tunix where it's like, Haru Ura is in the team, but they're sort of just a mascot, right? But no, this is a proper Haru Ura running around the turf. Hasn't taken a win, but has certainly showed her class. 2 second place finishes and a third place finish. Definitely not a dead weight member here. Yeah, he's done definitely a very strong Haru Urara in this cup here. And of course with the Taiki Shadow and the King Halo, who did substitute in the second round of the competition, right? What have you been observing about this Rammer team? That's been that's something you wanna discuss, I guess.
I think overall this team has been, unlike the last team there, with one member that definitely seemed not able to perform. Each
What
member of
is
this
that?
team, yeah, this team here, every member has something done, and that is very exciting to see. Like they can all show off.
Absolutely, this is definitely a team where all the members are really kind of consistent in their own regard, but also kind of inconsistent as well. They've been very as you can see, they have all of them have an average of 4. I mean, of course, it's a little skewed considering the fact that Taiki Shadow and King Halo weren't able to do didn't perform in the first race, right? But but still, it does goes to show that when there is a member that goes down, the other ones step up. And for this team, it's going to be really essential now coming up against HoriYon. I think HoriYon, very similar-ish team, right? But yeah, their strengths are that they, as a group, they are capable of winning together and, showing up together here. And of course, it's gonna be a mount again. Once again, I keep referring that it's a mountain to climb. I think for the one issue that this Rammer team has faced is that it's really hard for them to close out the races. They have struggled greatly to win in races that honestly I would say they should have won. They should have been higher in the standings.
Certainly.
But because of how unreliable their performance has been, it has been a big issue for this team, and they've finished second 4 times in a row. This is I think the first time ever that we've seen a team finish 4 second places in a cup, and that it has been a worrying sight here. If they want to win, they have to repeat their success in that very last match. But of course, again, it's hard, but they do have the potential. They just have to cross over the finish line, which has been really hard for them. But it's now or never now up against the upcoming team that we will be, the number 1 team in the league, of course.
At least they have a full team that can step up when one falls.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I do have a lot of expectation for our March Championship champions, right? They are not the defending champions, but this is the second Tengu Cup they've attended, so definitely a lot to prove. But speaking of a lot to prove here, let's go ahead and introduce our last team of this semifinals. What else can we say? The team from Indonesia, it is HoriYon here with the Nishino Flower Ace with Special Week and Naruto Taishin here, undefeated in the round robin they are. And for a newcomer, once again, similar to Blue of last time, right? Are one of the tournament favorites, and this time occupying the first seed. And I mean, what else is there to say about this team? They are so well, dominant, right?
They're consistently terrifying.
Yeah, in the rounds they did race, they were able to take a win for each of the members here. One for Nishino Flower, one for Special Week, and one for Naruto Taishin. This is definitely a team similar to Rammer in the sense that all of them can show up when it matters the most. And for Nishino Flower, always a really scary factor. And as you probably noticed here, HoriYon, they're a team that has yet to drop, like Nishino Flower has yet to drop below top 2. So that means when Naruto Taishin and Special Week wins, it's Nishino Flower right behind them. This Nishino Flower is the final boss, honestly, of this cup.
Yeah, utter domination. That is genuinely a beast of an Umamusume.
Exactly, an average of 1.67 placing. It is, I mean, we've seen other Umas have a very similar performance. I think obviously Christmas Ogre from my team in the past has had pretty high standing. Like Blue's Christmas Ogre, I believe, had a pretty similar statistic as well, right? In that round robin stage. I think in the first cup, the best performing member was my Ogre Cap, I believe. But yeah,
that
it has been a very strong journey here, and for the rest of the HoriYon's team, they are very, very poised to win the semifinals for sure. They are the heavy favorites. And I think for the other teams here, the two teams here, from Torrent and Rammer, for them to have a chance at taking down HoriYon, it's definitely gonna be a lot of miracles. And I mean, just look at that stat sheet. The win-loss record, absolutely impressive. Of course, they climbed from the qualifier stage, and just a sight to see. It's all green.
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, we have, of course, in terms of the top members here, they've beaten Crazy Dave, they've beaten Mia, they've beaten Valiona, and they've beaten Torrent, who they will be facing here very, very soon. And just an insane list of teams they've beaten. It's not like they have sort of cruised themselves into this cup, right? They have performed against very strong competition here.
Absolutely.
Especially that win against Crazy Dave. Of course, of course, the ones in the other bracket is their qualifier results, right? So the 2 wins against Crazy Dave was with Special Week, but still have beaten them with the Grass Wonder, with Grass Wonder, and just like wow, just like a lot to unpack. I think for the HoriYon. So with that said, what's your expectation coming into this race? We have potentially 7 races to go, right? But I think how many races, what's your score, like, prediction for this one?
If I can be completely honest, as much as I'm rooting for my fellow NA resident, I'm expecting 3 races and not from him.
I think that Rammer has a chance to actually take some rounds here. I think it really depends on how these members will perform. It depends on the King Halo, it depends on the Harura, but I think they have the members that are capable of beating this HoriYon squad. It's just a question of will they show up? I'm not sure. I don't think they're consistent enough for me to say that reliably that they will show up against HoriYon. I don't think so, but I do think they can show up, and I think they will at some point pull their weight enough that they can take down this HoriYon squad.
I honestly would love to see that. There is potential. Nothing is impossible as dominant as HoriYon.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going into the first race here of the semifinals very shortly now. Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting day of races, right?
Absolutely, it
I have
is.
a lot of I have a lot of expectation coming in here for HoriYon. They are the one to beat. So we'll see with this S turf F. I mean, that's kind of just the strength there, right, of this HoriYon Umamusume.
Mm.
It's the S turf S sorry, yeah,
It's
the S turf and
great.
S mile. Just been very very strong with it. This nation of flower. We'll see if anyone can beat them as we get ourselves into the first race of the day. Um, I am
Oh, I'm ready.
very excited for sure.
I'm gonna get some popcorn for this one. It's gonna be a treat.
Hold on, just
Sipping on
ladies
this
and gentlemen.
popcorn.
Apologies for the delay. We're just correcting some stuff here. Oh. But yeah, I think in this first race, it's definitely gonna be a testing ground to see how well they go. This is the first match of between Rammer and HoriYon, right? So
Yes, okay.
something. Number 3 here is the Haru Urara. Number 2 is the Special Week, and I believe number 1 is the Nishino Flower. Definitely the heavy
As
favorite
expected.
to win this cup here for HoriYon. So we are in the playoffs. Different scenario here. Late start to the Haru Urara is very brutal. The runaway now. Going to solely occupy here is the Menjiro Palmer. Then it is the Taiki Shuttle here. 2 Taiki Shuttles contesting at the front with Nation of Flower in that 5th place spot with the Simbali Rudolph. Now, at the moment, I'm still not sure who was which. Oh, I think that's Torrent here at the back. And look at, oh my gosh, that's a rush coming out here from the
Ooh.
Nation of Flower. And she's fallen back very greatly here as we reach the mid-race here.
Ooh,
Naruto Taishin, though, moving up very closely together with the remaining late surgers. So that's really good here for the Taishin. Let's keep pushing ahead. Now being procced here by Palmer. I'll see if that will make a difference here. The super duper climax now recovering all of that stamina. Ladies and gentlemen, we're slowly but surely getting ourselves into the last spurt now. Who will overtake here? It is currently at this moment, Taiki Shuttle is at the front here. Look at them, they're all pushing away. The Taishin at the back. Taishin has completely overrun this race, and is anyone going to be able to stop them? I don't think so, unless that Taiki Shuttle is looking to challenge Simbali Rudolph as well is closing in, but Naruto Taishin is just too strong, and that is going to be it here for the first round. HoriYon taking first place in this first round of the semifinals, and what a way to do it.
That was not even really close there.
Absolutely, it is very very impressive. See what it's just been very very impressive, and once again similar story, right? It is a strong win here for our tournament favorites here for HoriYon. So we get ourselves into the results. 9th place is Metro Palmer, 8th place is the King Halo, 7th is Special Week, 6th is the Taiki Shuttle, 5th is the Haru Urara, 4th is the Simbali Rudolph, 3rd is the Nation of Flower, and 2nd is the Taiki Shuttle here for Rammer, with 1st place going to Naruto Taishin. So that means HoriYon taking 1st place in this race. The 2nd will go to Rammer, and 3rd to Torrent. So
I will say that is the first lower than 2nd place result that Nishino Flower has seen.
That's true, yeah. This is the very first defeat well, I won't say defeat, but no, yeah, it is the very first time this Nation of Flower has lost against another, another member of another team, right? So
Yeah,
that's
that's exciting.
that is exciting. That is very impressive.
That's
But of
that's
course,
potential.
with that said, not the easiest thing at the moment. It has been the Taishin to strike down everyone here. It was so strong. I mean, you just really saw, right? That Taishin was able to push aside everyone and just have a really clear path into the front. You saw how like she was just pushing through with being like ahead of all the late surgers. That is a brutal position to
Most
manage, right,
certainly.
against an end closer.
Yeah, that was. Oof, that was. I mean, certainly results I was not expecting, but oh man, this is shaping up to be exciting.
Yeah, and I think for Rammer, I think that's at least a solid start, right? If you want to have a chance, it definitely potential there. There is potential. The issue now is that they have to block this Taishin. This Taishin, if she can just run around like that and able to just kind of position herself in such a really favorable spot, I think Grammar's chances of taking this will is really hard. But they do
Yeah,
have a chance if they can just block her once, and if one of their page chasers can just have, I mean, if Taiki shot, sorry about that, if Taiki Shadow can just have a solid placing here, and again a late start here for the Haru Ura, it's just not what you want to see. And immediately Palmer taking the
okay.
stars here in the very first spot here as Taiki Shuttle and Simply Rudolph now close to each other as they're both Taiki Shuttles now challenging each other in this
Okay.
second place spot with Nishino Flower again in fifth place here. That's not been a
That is
very unfortunate placing so far as King Halo now at the back of Nishino Flowers with the special week, then the Naruto Taishin. I think at the back is the Haru Ura. As look at that positioning here from the two Taiki Shuttles. It is so strong.
okay. This is really promising.
Indeed, indeed. The King keep pushing ahead now, being blocked by the Major Palmer. But again, it's really just leading the pack at the moment. We're getting a very repeat of the race earlier, right? In terms of the unique procs
We
here.
are.
But can the Nishino Flower proc hers is the question. And look at the standing at this moment here. Taiki Shuttle from the front. Who is that? I think that is the Taiki Shuttle here for Rammer.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that one of Taiki Shuttles have pushed forward here. Taiki Shuttle still at the front, and it is a
Oh,
very strong here. Taiki Shuttle still with Naruto Taishin at the back. Who is going to take that strength? I'm not too sure
is
at
it?
the moment. Who is that Taiki Shuttle? As so
Uh,
close here, the King Halo.
okay.
As we'll take a look at who has taken that win, but that is the first defeat that HoriYon has ever taken.
That's crazy. The first, second place of this tournament.
Actually, is it even at second place? That King Halo usurped him, right?
Wait, you're right. Actually,
Says we get a reading of their standings here. Ninth place is the Measure of Palmer. Eighth is the Assembly Rudolph.
first
Seven
ever
is
seventh.
the Nishino Flower. Sixth place is the Haruura. Fifth place is the Special Week. Fourth place is the Taiki Shuttle. Yeah, Taiki Shuttle. Third place is Naruto Taishin. And second place to King Halo. And first to
Oh my
Rammer here.
goodness.
That is HoriYon with the first ever defeat in this cup. And Rammer strikes strikes
Grammar.
here in this cup. And what a way to do it.
Absolutely crazy. Dom taking not only first but second from HoriYon.
Yeah, absolutely impressive here. And what can I say? I told you that is the
I,
prediction here.
I'm so sorry for ever doubting you.
What an impressive
That was that was incredible. I thought HoriYon would just sweep.
Yeah, and I mean, what a impressive showing here from Rammer. Of course, you know, like I said, they have the potential to win. They just have to harness it and have that strong positioning, to have that strong placing, and
And that they have
with
done.
that Eclipse position, they were contesting so hard with Torrent's Taiki shuttle, right? And they were able to overcome it in the end. So congratulations here for Rammer taking the second race of this first to three. And for Torrent,
I'd certainly be
back-to-back
disappointed
third
if
rate.
I was HoriYon.
Yeah, for Torrent here, back-to-back third places. It's a worrying sight.
I
Now,
don't even
if
know whose game it is now.
now of course, if you are a if you're HoriYon, I think it's gonna be a lot of worry. Right, it's gonna be a lot of worry.
Certainly, just with that, these recent performances, it is making the future much more uncertain than it used to.
Holy shot, hold on. Nico, can you look at my DMs?
Oh, yep. One second. Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry.
But yeah, as we get ourselves into the next race here, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that's the which is the very first time we've ever had a semifinals where it is a competitive race where things are you know, things are potentially going going further than just three races. Guaranteed we're gonna have a fourth race down the line here. The question is though, who is going to keep the momentum going here? Rammer and HoriYon trading first place finishes now. With Torrent still chasing at the back. He did have a fourth place finish, right? That is it's not a bad result overall.
Oh,
I mean,
certainly not.
of course, you would hope for a first place finish, but it's not the poorest tier.
Yes, sorry.
No worries. But yeah, so we get ourselves into the third race now of this cup. Certainly, one to behold. This could be. I mean, I already think it's already the best semifinals we will have, but we'll see. This could potentially be as an insane banger. You know, it's gonna be a banger.
Oh, most certainly.
So,
I am so very excited.
Once again in the paddock, as we await the teams here. It's the number one team from their round robin struggling at the moment. That's another late start. This is the third late start this Haru Urara has had. It's not been a good sighting. So far, so good. Metro Palmer here at first place.
Then
Then
in a much
Taiki.
stronger position.
Oh, that's true. Getting third place this time. Taiki Shuttle in first. Then Nishino Flower. Then the Taiki Shuttle. Then the Simile Rudolph. All kind of climbing back here from the back. And that Taiki Shuttle in the Eclipse position. It's a really strong one. With the Harura trying to chase here at the backside. The Simile Rudolph passing by as we enter now the mid-race. And again, Nishino Flower not in the most favorable placing. But at least this time it's not as harsh, you know. Let's keep pushing ahead now, being procured by the Major Palmer. Let's realize, you know, keep pushing ahead is a recovery skill. So now we enter now into the last spurt. Ladies and gentlemen, who is going to make the breakthrough? Here comes Haru Urara with her unique skill. And third place now, the Nishino Flower in a very strong spot. And here she comes.
Okay.
That is a nightmare to see if you're a Rammer. The budding blossom now going to proc here. They have held this Umamusume from doing this, and oh my gosh, look at that speed already at first place with no clear challenger at the start. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Nishino Flower is not looking is looking unstoppable here with Narita Taishin tailing at the back. That is going to be HoriYon taking game 3 now in this first the 3.
Okay. It's looking much stronger for HoriYon now.
Absolutely. They have, that is such a strong finish, right? Strong finish.
With that, that Nishino Flower has been struggling this entire thing. So now that she's back, I think she's here to prove that those losses were just a fluke.
Perhaps, perhaps. I mean, what a showcase here. Let's go ahead and read the placings here. So ninth place here is Torrent. The eighth place is Rammer.
And poor Rammer.
Seventh place is the Haruura. Sixth place is the Special Week. Fifth place is the Taiki Shuttle. Fourth place is the Simile Roll. Third place is the Taiki Shuttle here of Rammer. And second place to Naruto Taishin, with first place for Nishino Flower. And that's rough. That's very rough, isn't it? We're seeing I think a performance now from the Nishino Flower that is actually very like, this is the performance they want to see. This is the performance you want to have for your ace. And for HoriYon, I think it's definitely looking up for them. They only have to win one more race to finish today's semifinals.
I think the win condition for HoriYon is just that Nishino Flower does not get blocked, and she will steamroll through everything.
Yeah, it seems like when she was in that fifth place position in those two races, she just cannot proc that budding blossom, right? But if she gets a chance, I don't think there's anyone that's gonna be stopping this. This is a very familiar kind of situation, similar to the Christmas Augury the previous Tengu Cup, right? When Christmas Augury proc her unique skill, the race was basically over. But now we're seeing Nishino Flower have a very similar result, right?
Absolutely.
And now in our fourth race, Rammer, will they be able to challenge HoriYon in this semifinals? They've shown that they can do it, but they have to make sure that things go in their favor again. But the question is that going to happen, or will we have our first finalist here? And so far, not a lot of late starts here. Well, actually, there might have been a group at the back there. So we get ourselves now into the fourth round. Metro Palmer at first place here, and two Taiki Shuttles. Oh my gosh, what is this placing here? This is not a good sight to see if you're HoriYon, as now Taiki Shuttle here at the front with another Taiki Shuttle in third place. Then it is the Simboli Rudolph with Nishino Flower and Special Week overcoming Taiki Shuttle. And look at how she's so behind now here in the mid race. Taishin though looking very strong. And that's not a good sight for HoriYon. But Taishin though, looking very strong with the keep pushing ahead, now being proc by the Metro Palmer once again. Slowly edging ourselves into the...
This might be a repeat of that.
Last spurt now. As the Taiki Shuttle, look at that, she's so close from the victory. I believe that's Rammer's Taiki Shuttle once again. As now we enter the last spurt, Taiki Shuttle going to push for this one already at first place. Look at the back though. Someone is making a strong finish. It's the King Halo at the very edge of this race. But Taishin looks to challenge. Is she going to be able to surpass it? Oh, it's the Special Week. Special Week here at the corner will overcome the odds. And we were looking at the Taishin to do it, but Special Week from the inner rail will cement it. And that was so close here for Rammer.
That Special Week had not been performing all that well. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, exactly. Special Week didn't have the best performances in those previous races, but able to close it out in the end here for for HoriYon, and let's get ourselves into the results here. 9th place is Medra Palmer, 8th place is the Simboli Rulov, 7th place to the Nishino Flower, a brutal placing for this ace, isn't it?
Very much so.
And 6th place now to Haru Ura, with 5th place to Taiki Shuttle, 4th place to the Rammer's Taiki Shuttle, 3rd place to the King Halo, and 2nd place again to the Naruto Taishin, but 1st place to Special Week. All 3 members of HoriYon taking a win here in the semifinals.
You know, we did say that each member of that team could take in a win and prove they can do it when the other falters, and this is the perfect example.
Exactly, and what a way to finish the semifinals. Rammer so close, but just so far in the end here. Was able to take down one, but HoriYon will advance into the grand finals. And for Rammer, will at least have the consolation chance to get in that 4th to 6th tiebreaker round here. And unfortunately here for Torrent, just could not keep up with the competition. Will bow out of this will bow out of this tournament in 7th to 9th.
You give it your best shot. But I will say this feels quite worrying for HoriYon.
That is true. I mean, that's kind of the story we've seen so far for Team HoriYon, is that when their members are really strong. They are able to take victories here, but their positioning has been kind of worrying in the semifinals. I feel like Rammer has exposed not a flaw, but like, you know, a thing to worry about if you're Team HoriYon. If this Nishino Flower is not able to occupy that front position, right? And if Naruto Taishin is not able to get a strong position here, which to be fair has been able to do so in this semifinals pretty effectively, it is a struggle.
True.
It is a struggle, and so we're gonna have to look an eye out for that once we, you know, get ourselves into the grand finals. But yeah, for Rammer, it was a good try. It was a good try to challenge against the number 1 seed of the cup. I think between the 3 semifinals we had here, it was definitely not this first semifinals I expected the most out to have any upsets, right? I think this was the most favorite here for HoriYon. But still, taking a win, it's a pretty solid chance here. So I think they are looking strong.
Person.
Yeah, it is going to be a really strong showing. I mean, hopefully, they're gonna have a good showing coming up into their next round. As we conclude our rounds today here. So that's gonna be it for today's stream. Anything you want to say? Well,
You know, I will say, you know, we did say that you cannot expect anything this cup, and you know, I expected a HoriYon sweep, but the theme of this tournament keeps popping back up of anything can happen.
exactly. And hey, what can I say? My prediction was correct. I did say Rammer was gonna take one for the team, and you know that he did. And,
I admit it. My prediction was wrong.
And what they could say with Torrent out of the cup, Blue will be the last hope here of America, isn't it?
Blue, save us, please.
Yeah, the remaining teams here in this cup, of course, with Rammer bowing into the tiebreaker round, that means there are, you know, there is only one there's only one US team remaining. It is the lowest rated team coming into the playoffs, right? With how many Filipino teams? Currently at this time there is five Filipino teams, one team from Thailand, and one team from Indonesia remaining. So it's definitely going to be rough here for the NA hopefuls, right? But
Blue, save us, please.
We'll see as we get ourselves into the next semifinals. But ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for us for today. As we tomorrow at the same time, we will be streaming the second semifinals here between Crazy Dave, the second seed of the cup, Veliona, the fifth seed of the cup, and Dardo, who the eighth seed, eighth seed of the round robin. And I think that one is going to be. I think that one's going to be very, very exciting, right? I think
certainly that was going to be a competitive round.
Yeah, exactly. And it's another thing. This is the semifinals with 3 teams from the qualifiers, and I think it's going to be probably the most competitive. Sorry if I keep repeating, but I think it's going to be the most competitive semifinals we're gonna have in Tengu Cup here. I mean, we've seen Rammer be able to challenge #1 seed. Now imagine 3 teams who have come from the same start. Yeah, we're gonna see some fiesta. Yeah, for sure.
I am excited, and I will certainly be there to commentate. Trust me.
So yeah, with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am Tsukasa.
I am Rio.
And that will be the conclusion here of our broadcast for today. Once again, tomorrow in the same time here, we will be live for the next semifinals. And for the new people here, we're seeing a lot of new people in the chats here. If you wish to join, or wish to keep updated about our Discord events on Umamusume, you may join our Discord server where we host these I'm not sure how common, but it can be pretty inconsistent, but you'll expect at least some new one, another Tengu Cup coming not shortly, but at some point, right? So yeah, if you're new here and you wish to join, please join our Discord server. It should be a link, maybe none. I'm not sure if it's in the description or not. I sure hope so. I believe it is in the description. I'm praying that it's in the description. Hold on, let me just check. It's not in the description chat. Okay, hold on. For the people
with us.
For the people who want to join, we have our Discord server. This is my second account, so the thing. How do I? If anyone can.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry about this, guys, but
That's the spirit.
Perfect. Okay, I'm really sorry about this, guys. It's been a while since I've done this, the inviting thing, so
yeah, please do bear with us.
Here you go. So here's the invite code for the Discord server. So I don't even know, but yeah, but you guys got it. Okay, you guys got it. So
and
you guys
if you
are
need another way to find it, please do go to the Tsukasa YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it will be there in most of our video descriptions, and from there you will be able to join and contact any of us.
Indeed. So yeah, with that already, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, that will be all. So see ya.
Very excited to see you next time. Bye bye.
楽しみ